Good morning and welcome to another Be the Light meditation. I'm actually here in Port Townsend, Washington today. And I know that some of you think, well, I don't want to watch that Be the Light meditation because it's light and love and all that. And my life has problems, things I need to focus on. And I'm not happy today. And there's this I have to focus on, and I don't have time for that. Well, unfortunately, it's when we're feeling that way that we really need to get off that. It's like we're riding a herd of issues, problems, emotional dysregulation, and we need to get out of the stampede, out of the middle of that herd where we feel at risk by all those big energies banging around us, and get out and calm down and get back on our horse. And that horse is what? It's your life, your happiness, your mission. So when I say be the light, it's not just sit there and dissolve into bliss and happiness. It's get out of the rat race and come over and create a sacred, quiet space so you can hear the voice of spirit and feel your inner Geiger counter of what your heart is guiding you to do. Where is that light? Where is that window? And it's funny because over here I have this window with this diffuse light, which is kind of beckoning and sweet and beautiful. And that's how your mission and your true work, it's not like, bam, a job, and you're going to do it 8 hours a day, and this is what it's going to be. No, we've been there and done that. It's an inside job. Propulsion, awareness, creation with your higher consciousness. And that does take going into a no thought, quiet, peaceful place. And when you're there, you see all those stampeding, I'll say cows. Let's make them those Tibetan ones with all the cute, or Scottish ones, running, just moving forward, that was carrying you like a tsunami to places that aren't yours to go. So this truly is the time to set aside every day a calm, quiet, and use the tools that we work with every single week. When we say, I ask and intend to set a sacred space, we are putting ourselves in a beautiful, simple geometric structure of our imagination. What does this do? Well, there's no cattle, there's no herd in there, there's no stampede. The good news and the bad news that what occurs in this geometric structure is at your will, your choice. And maybe it's been so long since you felt the right to have your own will, the right, the need to create your own space from everybody else's agendas and needs and projections and roles for you. But right now you are needed authentically yourself, following your North Star, seeing your window, receiving illumination, the light of who you are. When I say be the light, remember who you are. What is it you're here to do? And it's not always going to be easy, because how many other people in your life, in your community, on the planet are carefully taking themselves out of the stampede, taking a breath and reorienting their character, which is very difficult once it's set, reorienting their choices to match their heart, reorienting the decisions they make and actions they take to that higher subtle voice that you can only hear when you create quiet, spaciousness, peace. Just feel that. We do it every week together. Just talking about it opens up a portal of peace. So we don't come to be the light and to check out. We come to be and hold and ground the physical body into the movement and the beingness of the divine order of which you are from, and the divine order of which you have pledged on some level to recreate here on earth now to the best of your ability. And it's not going to be easy. There's going to be challenges. So Spirit said today, Jan, talk about the challenges. Do you know every time you feel uncomfortable is a little hello? Hello? Take a look at your decisions. Take a look at what you're eating. Take a look at your habits. Take a look at who you've chosen to hang out with or where to live. It is time to stand back out of the stampede in the herd, the rat race. Stand back and witness and watch and re-choose. If you're having a problem, if you're not comfortable, you're not in alignment. You are not in your authentic divine self. And believe me, it's a process. It can take years, a lifetime, and lifetimes for your soul to line up your words, your physical body, and your presence to be here, the full divine consciousness quotient that you are. And that is being that light. That is being the full rainbow spectrum of your authentic self as a being of light, of God here, a child of God here, breathing and being in alignment fully. That's being that light, present, accountable, and having a problem that just nudges you to say, well, now how do I need to re-choose? Or, gosh, that worked for me for a while. And let me collect information. Let me talk to people I trust. Let me take a breath and witness and learn and re-choose. And re-choose. And when you are witnessing and learning and re-choosing, you're going to have an opportunity for what? New opportunities. Hang out with different people, a new group, and see how they make you feel. See how they make you feel. We had a family memorial this week, wonderful, wonderful brother-in-law that passed over, and each person in that Zoom in their little box said he never talked about himself. We never knew that he was a UC Berkeley in charge of the whole band, high school valedictorian, got those little awards in 5 sports. No, you didn't know that because he was talking about you. He wanted to know how you were doing, and you felt seen. You felt like you mattered. And yet all these things, the quality that he brought to his character to show up that way, he never had to broadcast because the quality of the way that he made you feel was what made him a great man. So notice how other people make you feel as you go through your life and say, what qualities do they have? How do they get those qualities? Because qualities are simply vibrational archetypes. And there you're saying, there she's going with those wild words. No. It's a person who doesn't take things personally, but lets you say what you need to say. A person who doesn't react or get triggered. A person who isn't needy, a person who is filled up and brings something to the party and not there to suck the oxygen out of the room or the life or adulation out of everyone else. A person who, as my grandfather said, is there to make himself happy by making you happy. My grandpa Imeldahl would say, Jenna, when are you the happiest? I'd say, well, I don't know. When I get my favorite ice cream, he'd say, when you've made someone else happy. Why? Exponential expansion of safety, security, and being seen. So practice being that person, and your problems won't seem so big anymore. You have the ability to be what you've been seeking. Does that make sense? If the problem was feeling seen for you or not feeling belonging, help other people feel they belong. And how do you do that? Think about that. How do people who make other people feel like they belong behave? Talking about what's important to them, caring about their next project or this or that, or hearing how the mother-in-law hurt their feelings, or whatever it is, being present and witnessing, not there to get something, but to be the one who's bringing what you've been seeking. Be the change the world wants to see. And start with your own program. What do I want more of? How can I up my vibration of that? And I can do it by slowing down, witnessing, observing, and saying, I want more of what they're drinking. How do I do that? Well, at first, you might have to fake it a little bit. I have a thing in here, it says, you pretend you're a queen till you are a queen. And that's how we learn as humans. There's nothing wrong with it, because that's how you learned to be the person you are, by imitating your parents, your teachers. Find stellar role models, intelligent, successful people that are being themselves, and watch them on YouTube and hang out with them and be that vibration. And you won't be in this stampede anymore. You'll have well, I'm not saying life is going to be smooth, but you're going to have such light occurrences, like my last weekend working with women who demonstrate the feminine leadership that disarms everyone and brings everyone to the table safely. That expanded my heart. I watched her language. I watched her body language. I watched how she impeccably made appointments. I watched how she impeccably brought just the right hostess gift. Or if I gifted her something, she went and got something similar to delight me. This is the dance. This is the dance of being with people in reciprocity, in joy of a fullness. This woman is in her authentic knowing of her gifts and showing up. And I'm appreciating her, and she's appreciating what I bring about the voice, and our voices are calling card for the world. So it is joyful because we are stronger together. We're stronger together. But we're not bystanders. We're not in the herd being moved along with mass entertainment. We weren't binge watching. We weren't doing things to distract ourselves. We were creating a circle of sharing and reciprocity for growth. So if you're listening to this, hopefully some of these little nuggets might drop in, and during the day you'll say, I'm going to be that person that I saw so-and-so being. I'm just going to try that on and feel it and take a breath as authentically as I can and you are repatterning yourself. You're a pattern disruptor with yourself. Might not feel real comfortable at first, but try it on. Be something new. Follow the feeling. I also read this week, it said, if you're a person who's never set boundaries, stating your preference might feel too aggressive. So don't worry if you feel like, oh, it's too much. Well, if you've been this side of the pendulum and you're moving, it might feel a bit much for you. So that's why it's wonderful to have mentors or people to watch how they flow through life with their information, their words, their action, their social interactions. It's wonderful. We're having more and more mentors, more and more people now popping into that full, authentic light profile. So I can continue talking about this topic in many different ways, but I'm going to release this all now to our day to go into practical practice, on the ground practice. So thanks for joining me today. I'm Jan Jorgensen at soundandlighthealingarts.com. And that says it all. Everything's vibration. So we find clever ways to put us more into our center for health and happiness and becoming the messengers for the new world that we promise to be. Thank you.